Hello everybody, Stringfellow here with another Smite Jungle Doohickey episode. This time I'm playing Hun Batz. And I'm going to, of course, play him in the jungle. I like this Shaolin monkey skin. I think it's pretty awesome. So I like to play him because of that primarily. However, his gank, his ultimate for ganks is pretty damn impressive. Now his kit is fairly standard. You know, it's not a big whoop. So let's see here. His one is the somersault. It's a leap. He just jumps in, does some damage, boom. So you might want to jump into a jungle camp, cause some damage, or jump into whatever. And it also applies a small 2-second slow. Mana cost is consistent at 60. Cooldown goes downwards as it advances in the game. The overhead smash is a nice damage ability. The mana cost gets higher as the game goes on. The cooldown gets lower. But it again works really well for jungle camps and minion waves. The Sacred Monkey is an easy throwable ability. And technically you can teleport to it, but I can never get that to work. But it does substantial damage at rank 5. Substantial. If you look, it goes from 80 to 125 to 170 to 215 to 260. And it'll hit up to 4 targets. It used to hit more, and it used to hit gods, but they nerfed that. And then his last ability is called Fear No Evil. It is an ult that does damage and also kind of, not stuns really, but makes people unable to attack. So here's the 3. I'm just going to fire it and watch it bounce off everybody. You see, and so that is kind of nice in a way. Before, it used to be it would bounce off all 6 minions and then hit a god and then come back and then hit the minions again on its way back. So that was pretty powerful. I really liked that ability. And that's when I started playing Hun Batz, and they nerfed him into the ground. So he's not that viable unless you use him just as a crit and ult machine. So he's not nearly... Now here's his 2. Boom, boom. Just jump up, applies damage in a little cone there. I just love the skin. I think it's great. It's a lot of fun. They do have a Space Monkey skin, and I bought it when it first came out, and it's one of the only skins that I regret buying because I don't like it. So here's the thing. It's spray. See, it's not a spray, but it's a cone. You just pop up, boom, does damage. Then you pop your 3, it bounces off all those guys. Then you auto-attack the crap out of them until they're dead. That works. Now, I used to be a huge ability-based player with this god. Since they nerfed the 3, I'm not. I'm going to go full CDR on him only because I want to be able to spam the ult for team fights. I want to be able to do that for my team. And it doesn't have to penetrate as much, but what it does is you pop in, you gank, and because of the way it affects the players on the other team that get caught in the ult, other members on your team can attack like crazy. So for ganks, it's quite effective. And that's why I chose to do it. And that's why I will build full CDR on this character. So I'm going to leap, pounce, and then hog. And that's what I would do with mid-camps when I'm competing for them. And not only that, it provides you with the ability to increase your health because of the way the passive on the Bombus Mask works. If you hit something, it says here, you are healed for 10% of a camp's max health. So I'm pretty happy with how that works. The more you kill, the better your health. But see, his mana costs are pretty high. I mean, he hit the abilities. Look, his mana's gone. And that's highly unfortunate. So I've got 1,000, which is enough for my boots. So I'm just going to go over, take this small camp when it comes up. Go back, get my boots, come back, get the movement speed buff. Then I'm going to drop the blues for people, which you should do at this point in the game, roughly. They should be coming up for normal players. And again, I'm going to go Transcendence on him, and that's because I want to be able to mana. I want to be able to spam that ult all the time and have it up all the time. And I need mana to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's a preference. A lot of people will build differently. Almost everybody builds pen boots instead of CDR boots, but I have a different play style. That's why I don't play ranked. But I like to approach things differently than other players do. And it just works for me, makes it more of my my play style, my vibe, the way I like to do things. And that's, again, in ranked, I'd probably do something different just because of the peer pressure involved. You don't want to drag somebody's elo down because you want to do something non-standard while the other team is doing things standard and getting the benefit of that. Okay, so we'll be dropping them blue buffs. Now I'm going to show you the leap. I'll leap into camp, boom, and hit that, and then the 2, and then the 3. But look, I'm completely out of mana. I'm completely out of mana. So I can't gank. And I wanted to show you that. The mana consumption on that is horrific. And that is also called, that's how they nerf stuff too, is they'll drop in some hardcore mana consumption requirements. Now, one of the cool things I like about Hun Batz is his basics. If you look here, using the ability of Hun Batz's next basic attack within the next 3 seconds, an increased critical strike chance. So that is pretty cool. That gives him the ability to hit harder with less. And so I am going to buy Deathbringer with him and not get Rage, because I don't need it with him, because he already has that basic crit built in. So I'm going to get Deathbringer to supplement his crit, not replace it. But you can kind of see now with my playstyle why I want to go with Transcendence. Because I like to spam stuff, and I like to have him up, and his mana costs just are horrendous. I wish they were a lot lower. Boom. Okay, I'm going to go back, finish my boots. And I also use Hog sometimes when I'm about ready to go back. Just makes it easier to finish stuff. Whoops, I bought the wrong boots. Alright, I'm going to go back in the jungle. That was a mistake that could have cost my team a game if I was a real human being. That's a bad mistake. That is a noobish rookie mistake, and now I have to farm again to get my boots. Man, that's a frustrating thing. Okay, I'm going to jump in and ult. See what that just did? It kind of didn't really stun him, but it did damage, and it would have enabled Ao Kwang to attack, but he needed to get away anyway. I think I might be dead here. I'm not sure. I'm not going to stick around to find out. But see his mana cost. Look at the consumption of that mana. But that extra kill gold allows me to go back and get those boots. There we go. Okay. Okay, so, excuse me, I can, that ult is kind of weird, but it allows some serious ganks. But I prefer that gank for team fights, not for personal kills. It's just, it doesn't do as much damage as it used to. And at least I believe that's correct. So I definitely prefer to use that to initiate team fight ganks in lane. But with the coordination, with the understanding, well, that Hebo is going to be hard. But with that understanding that my teammates are going to follow up. Because it's just, it doesn't do enough damage, and the way it works is it doesn't draw the enemy into the middle. It pushes them out away from the middle. And that's problematic in terms of my ability to kill. It spreads them out unnecessarily hardcore. So let's see. I'm not going to use any other ability except my ult. I'm going to drop the center of the cone right on him, and then I'm going to try to use an ability, and now I'm out of mana. I cannot follow up. So my team's going to have to follow up during that kind of a gank. So that is why me and my sloppy playstyle are going to get Transcendence. Because not only is it the single most powerful physical item in the game, which makes it a great choice, but it also provides very good mana sustain. I get it on Apollo because I like to be able to ult all across the map and without any issues. It really works well on Apollo. I can ult longer, farther, and gank pretty much anywhere in the entire map. I can split push. I can give my global ult and just nail everybody. But if I'm out of mana, well, I don't know if you know how Apollo's ult works, but basically you fly up into the sky, and the farther you go, the more mana it consumes. So now I'm going to get Jotun's Wrath as well, and that comes with 150 mana, so that will supplement the power from Transcendence. But Apollo's ult uses more mana as you fly farther across the map. So if you have Transcendence on Apollo, you can fly farther, longer, and do more damage for your team, more beneficial... Oops, I didn't need to jump. You could do more beneficial split pushing and ganks and then get back somewhere really fast if they need help. Like at the Fire Giant. If the other team is doing the Fire Giant, you can initiate your ult and fly all the way over there, no matter where you are on the map. Drop in, do damage, and potentially either cause it to reset or cause them to drop the buff. And you could steal it, so... Well, that was a bummer. If I had my speed buff, he'd be dead already. There you go. Well, I like power buff, though, and I'm playing against bots. But almost all junglers get the speed buff, and the mid laners get the power buff, and the side laners get the blue buff. That's just how it works. That's the meta. I wish crit applied to towers. Look at his mana. Gone. So I'm going to go get a mana buff. Wow. I'm going to have to carry as a monkey. I'm going to jump in, do damage, hit my my F. Boom, boom, pow. There we go. Alright. I could go back now, but I need 1950 to finish it, and it's a stacking item, so I'm going to try to stay in the jungle for a little while longer. I dropped both blues on the map. Well, I took this one, but in essence I dropped them. And then I'm going to go hit mid camps. Now, I'm not going to use my abilities on the mid camps because I need my ult up for Hebo, wherever he is. He must be around here somewhere. Oh, he's already down there, so I'm going to drop my ult first. And then if I have any mana left, I will use it on him. There you go. That built-in crit, getting work done. I'm just going to poke with this. I'm not going to do anything severe. I'm going to use my 3 to poke. Okay, and then I'm backing out. Well, except for that. Because Anher's incredibly low.